Will you shoot with pellets look like this? My name is Gert and I make videos about air rifles. I live in the beautiful Cape Town in South Africa and I'm here to enlighten you about my own experiences with air rifles. Welcome back to Aim Small. My name is Gert, your slightly loony host as you know by now. I've always wanted to do this experiment and I finally managed to find some time to actually go through this. So there's a lot of myths and a lot of accuracies about pellets, and can I shoot with a bent skirt, a broken skirt? What happens if I accidentally bump the head of the pellet or I make a mark on the pellet? How accurate are deformed pellets? So today I've got a special surprise for you guys. So what I've done is I've sorted a lot of pellets to make sure that their weight is exactly the same. I'm shooting with a EV Mark 1, EV2 Mark 1, one of the most accurate guns, and I'm only going to test today at 30 meters, 33 yards. To be straight up front, will I shoot bench rest with a bent pellet? Hell no. But let's have a look. How serious does a bent skirt or a mismatch or a dent on a pellet head actually influence pellets going forward? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot groups of 5. So I'm going to have my 5 perfect pellets, sorted weight, the whole katoot. And then I'm going to shoot 5 pellets with slightly bent skirts. Bent skirts, yes. Then I'm going to go over to pellets that I on purpose damaged the heads with my nail. So I put some marks on there to see their accuracy. And the third one is I actually took and I really damaged the back of the pellet to see, alright, will that have an influence, yes or no? So on 30 meters, this gun is quite accurate. It should shoot within a 5mm grouping at least at that stage. So this should give us a good indication of, does a bent pellet or a pellet with a mark on really influence this? I just want to say that I watched a video the other day of one of my hunting friends, Marno Denner, and I spotted that some of his pellets were spiraling, and I asked him, yeah, Marno, you usually shoot with some of the best pellets out there, what happened? And he said, Gert, I accidentally dropped my tin of pellets right before the shoot. And there were so many bent skirts and pellets that were totally deformed that you could actually see on long distance the pellet around about 40-45 meters start to slightly spiral. Okay, so Marno, thank you for that video. I know it was incidental with regard to that spiraling of the pellet, but that led to this video that I'm making today. So sit back, relax, I'll keep you informed as we go along. It's not often that I've got an absolute windless day to do these exercises on and these videos. So without further ado, let me jump into this. So first time round, I've got 5 absolutely weighed perfect pellets. Let's chase them through the EV and see what they do. Right, looks like the gun is slightly to the left. I can feel a slight breezy on the back. Right, so that is a good indication of perfect pellets. Let's quickly do a 5-shot group, but this time with the bent little babies. This pellet is so bent. I battle to get it into the chamber. Let's force it in there. Here you go. Ooh, perfect shot. Ooh, except for the last one. I think I shot a better grouping with the bent pellet skirts than I did with the perfect pellets. Alright, let's go for those guys that's got the mark on the head itself. And this is just some marks that I put on with my nail. So the skirts are perfect, but not the head. Alright, I think it's already safe to say that if you've got any damage on the head of the pellet, chuck it out, it's not going to work. Alright, let's do one more, but this time round I've got some really bad skirts in the back. The heads are perfect, but the skirts are really damaged in the back. Let's go for target number 4. Right, the evidence is pretty conclusive. let me put this one up for you on the screen quickly and talk through that.
The row number 1 with the perfect weight pellets was alright. There was one shot where the wind slightly pushed me to the left, not a problem at all. But the big surprise was the seriously bent skirts. Look at that narrow channel that it stayed in. More windage than anything else. Yes, there was a slight height difference up and down. But look at row number 3. Now this was the damaged heads all over the place. Left to right, up, down, all over the show. Clear conclusion. And then the surprise of them all, row number 4. These were with the severely damaged skirts, and they were almost perfect. I think I must shoot with more damaged skirts than perfect pellets going forward. Interesting. Can we make a final conclusion? Let's give it one more go.
Right, so I thought a little bit and I thought to myself, Gert, I know I had a multiple question test one year where I took a Rubik's Cube, a small little one, and I wrote there A, B, C, D, E on the sides, and then F was try again. And I completed the whole exam, all 10 of my multiple questions, rolling the dice. And then 5 minutes before time was up, I repeated the exercise, and when the teacher came to me and said, Gert, what the heck are you doing? I said, no, I'm double checking my answers. Alright, so I'm going to double check my results just to make sure that I didn't make a mistake somewhere along the line. So here we go again. Perfect pellets. Gee whiskers, looking at those, not happy. Those are supposed to be weighed and everything perfect pellets. Let me try 4 more. Ah, there's a light breeze there in the front, that's why it's pushing left, you twat. Got a very slight right to left breeze, and it does have an influence right on the target. If you look at those pellets, the last 4, their height was perfect. It's just a little bit of wind drift. Right, let's take my bent little friends, the bent skirtes. Alright, so what I've done with these pellets is I've literally taken the back side of it and just squeezed it in to flatten it out. Oh, that one's a little bit too much. Let's see if I can get it in the chamber. Come on, sit there. Close up. Alright, that's as bent as it can be. I really misformed these pellets. I went really hard on the bent skirt. This is not a light bent skirt, it's almost like flattened out. Right, all of them slightly to the left, not too serious, but I'm actually quite surprised because I really flattened those skirts in the back. If you look at that pellet, you'll look at it and say, nah, that one going to the dustbin. I really messed up those pellets on purpose. Right. Let's try those guys with the mark on the head again. Right folks, I'm really taking this to the next level with the second round. I really damaged these pellets properly, and I can promise you in no shooting competition will I ever let them near my gun, never mind in my gun. Right. With the last batch, I actually made a small little hole in the skirt and I flattened it. I just love shooting. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the last 5 shots is just put a little bend. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Plat back paratjie. Oh, center. Flatten it. Put it in. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Yes. Guys, I'm seriously flattening these pellets on the backside. Really, they're looking bad. Now that was an interesting result. Let's look at the bigger picture and we can surmise from there.
Except for a little bit of windage, these pellets didn't shoot too badly. Yes, I had one weird flyer there, but that could have been me as well. Not too bad, but the big surprise again was when I used those squashed little skirts. The accuracy was phenomenal. Yes, there was one way out, but remember, I squeezed these guys almost touching sides, so flat. The damage head this time round shot a lot better. I'm actually quite surprised, but there was still up and down movement that I didn't like. When I go to the damaged skirts in the back, yes, again, one flyer there, but the rest very consistent in the wind. And then the last one where I really went hard at those skirts again, not too bad. So if I can make a final conclusion here, don't shoot with bent and damaged skirts, but don't throw them away. These pellets are perfect for plinking in the yard, getting your speeds ready, and just general practice. The further you go out though, the bigger the difference will be. I tested them at 30 meters, 33 yards, and up until there, even with the most damaged pellet, I can still shoot a Coke can or a beer can. Hey folks, that's all from my side. Have an awesome day, unless you decide otherwise.
That's all, folks.